Just hopped out of the shower. Thought I'd put on a. Probably wondering, Jad, why you got a little Hawaiian shirt, just completely unzipped. It's because I want to. Not going anywhere. No particular occasion. Just me, my laptop, and my creatine water. Let me take my first sip. Delightful. It's just water with a dash of creatine for performance, because we're a peak performer out here. And got my laptop working on my fitness coaching business, and it's actually getting a bit chilly, so I'll do one button up. There we go. All right. What's on the agenda today? Nothing much. Just gonna talk a bit about my journey, I guess, and a bit about what brought me here, because I get asked this all the time, but it's like, Jad, you're a med student, you're getting 7 GPA. Why would you even think about dropping out? And it does sound pretty crazy on the surface of things, but number one, I'm not a full dropout yet, just a gap year. And the reason is, ever since I've been like 10 years old, I've always dreamed of being a doctor. And then I got in to medical school after, years of grinding away at school. I got in and I was like, yes, I've made it, right? Like this was the goal all along. But, as you get in, you have new goals. Once you achieve one thing, then you're just on to the other. Boom, 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 boom. It's never enough. Got in med school. Was like, okay, I need to start earning money. Started a tutoring business. 50 students. We grew to 50 students in 3 to 4 months. Grew to a team of 8 to 10 tutors. I got there. It was like going into 6 figures in medical school, by the way, like during medical school. And it wasn't enough. I was like, okay, we gotta expand. We gotta go and right now we're only serving a small part of Brisbane, the city I was in. So we gotta expand. We gotta do more. And it just, whenever I'd hit a milestone, it was just never enough. And I think this ambition as a man, the raw emotion that is striving for more, can be your superpower, but it can also drive you to the fucking ground if you can't control it. If you let it own your happiness, own your ability to enjoy the moment, it can absolutely destroy you and become your biggest nightmare. And I have nothing, I think it is better though, if to be honest, I think it's better to be an ambitious guy than to have no desire for more in life at all, because I think that is the recipe for true depression. But it's definitely it's a skill that you hone over time to control this and to learn to actually also enjoy the journey and live in the moment when you have such ambitious goals. And that was definitely me. Every time I'd achieve one thing, it was just never enough. I'd only be happy if I achieved that thing. And then I'd get there and I'd realize, nah, I'd actually be happy if I achieved this. And you keep, as a human, as a man, keep setting the goalpost further and further away whenever you achieve the thing that you said would make you happy. It took me a real long time to learn this, but if you aren't enough without a golden medal, you're never going to be enough with the golden medal. Satisfaction, fulfillment, it's all within. It's all a choice at the end of the day. It's like saying, I'd be happy tomorrow. But when you get to tomorrow, it's today again. And then you keep waiting for tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, because by the time you get to the next day, it's just today again. Do you know what I mean? So, if you externalize your happiness to something else, even if it's something within your control, once you achieve it, you're going to find a new problem. You're going to find something else to strive for. That's just the human condition. So the goal isn't to reach these achievements, to have these achievements, but it's to be a part of the mission so much greater than yourself that you love every second of the journey. That work doesn't feel like work. You know, that is the true goal. That is living a true fulfilling life, honestly. So, yeah, it does get lonely, but I think it's gonna be worth it, and it is worth it. You know, I get to work on my laptop instead of do a 9 to 5 and help build somebody else's dream. I'm building my own dream. Like, how exciting is that? I think you definitely have to reframe things. Like, you're gonna face a period of isolation. That is totally normal. The journey is a lonely one if you're an ambitious guy, because 99% of people simply won't get it. They won't understand. Like, even my family laughs at me sometimes when I make these videos of speaking to a phone, with just a few hundred followers. So, it's people won't understand it. People are gonna judge you. Like, that's a guaranteed. It's not a matter of like, expecting people not to judge you. You will get judged. But part of it is recognizing that, like, you're gonna get judged no matter what you do. I think it was like a story of a man and his horse, and the man was holding the horse by his side. Um, it was a man with his kid and a horse, and they were taking the horse back home. They were going walking down the village, and they decided, okay, I'm going just to hold the horse by a rope and just walk with it. And then all the people would look at him and be like, why this man didn't get his kid? They're such idiots. Why doesn't one of them ride the horse, right? So then the man was like, all right, I'm gonna get my kid on, and then I'm gonna walk the horse, right? And then all the villagers looked at him. They're like, oh, like, why isn't this man, like, why is the kid, how disrespectful of that kid to not respect his elders and let them ride the horse? Like, why is this kid riding the horse instead of his dad? So the man was like, oh my God, now I'm going to ride the horse. Right. And they're like, oh, like, look at this old man riding the horse while his son pulls the horse. Like, how cruel of him. So it's like, and then they both rode the horse. And then the villagers like, poor animal, it's holding two people at once. Like, how could they do that? Moral of the story, everybody is going to fucking judge you no matter what you do. Everyone's going to judge. It's not about trying to resist judgment or trying to prove other people wrong, but being okay with that. So, let me mix this. I think it's gone. Creatine's gone to the bottom. There we go. So yeah, back to my story. I throughout med school, so I grew that business, and then I started to realize that medical school itself wasn't really teaching me everything when it comes to making people healthier, and definitely when it comes to the traditional medical approach, there is a time and place for that. When it comes to the pills, when it comes to surgery, like, some people really do need these things. But I was so shocked to discover that 99% of the diseases are caused by lifestyle factors, right? Like, we don't, it's all really, really simple. We don't need a new drug. We need to grow some balls and go out there and live life as is intended, to stop being so sedentary, to stop seeing food as cope rather than fuel, to prioritize not only our physical health but our mental health. All these things have such an important role on our quality of life and our overall health. And to think that a pill is going to make you healthier is just silly. Literally 1 month of nutritional training throughout, like, a 6 year curriculum in medical school. I'm third year, by the way. So next year when I come back to med school, I'll be in third year, which is still like that's halfway, right? That's also another aspect of why I was like, okay, like I've got to at least take a year off and really see what I want to do, grow something, like I said, bigger than myself, get on a mission. Um, so I took the gap year, and I was at first I was so scared. I was like, I made the wrong choice, like 100%. Like all my friends now that are moving on to 30 are gonna be ahead of me now, and I'm just falling behind in life, and all these self doubts start coming in. And it was definitely a period that was not only lonely but also uncertain. But the thing is, those feelings don't go away once you've hit a certain success threshold. Like they never actually go away. And I was actually speaking to a mentor of mine who's a multi-millionaire. He was like, I feel these things every day, and I realized that everyone's trying to figure it out on their own. Like everyone's still figuring things out on their own. It's not like when you have all these doubts, like the billionaire probably next door has the same doubts as you. Um, they've number one, put in the work consistently enough to get the results, or have stayed in the game long enough to reap the rewards. It's literally that, like business, but also everything. It's all about staying in the game. The aim of the game is to stay in the game. So all these doubts that I had initially, it's like completely normal. And at the beginning, I was trying to resist them and fight against them so much. I realized later that it's those feelings are always going to stay there. You know, everyone experiences them, like the self doubt. Am I even doing anything correctly? Is this going to work out? Everyone's trying to figure it out on their own. It's a matter of having faith in your mission, staying true to that, and just trusting in God's timing. Like, let go of the importance of achieving and just enjoy the process. Become fully immersed in the process. That was the huge shift that ended up getting me my first few clients. It's like I was posting content for 6 months before that with nothing. Like I was losing money, bro. Throughout medical school, I was losing money. Like I walked away from that tutoring business. Me and my co-founder, we had a bit of a, disagreements, and I wasn't too happy with the way the business was being operated. So I just walked away from it. You can call that a dumb decision, but those are just my standards. And I was just basically starting over, starting from scratch. I invested everything that I made with that six-figure business into mentors, into coaches, into myself, getting certified in fitness, nutrition, all of that. And I was at $0 in the bank account for 3 months, at least 3 months. I was like zero in the negatives. Like I think one time, and I'll never forget this moment, I was in the groceries and I was buying literally just a couple things, and my card declined. I had to put back a tomato. Do you know how fucked that is? Like, oh, it's crazy. It's so crazy how far I've come, but also, like, it just reminds you that, like, everything's gonna work out in the end. Everything's gonna work out in the end. Like, I'm not saying I'm successful now. Far from it. Still got a huge way to go, but we're doing well now. Like the fitness business is generating, and I like to be very open with this. We're currently at 8 clients, and it's generating a grand a week, and it's a pretty sustainable workload. I can definitely take on more as well. So it's it's crazy how everything just works out in the end. I don't even know how it worked out. It just does. Just immerse yourself in the process. You will find yourself on the other side of that goal in no time, right? Um, it's just wild, bro. It's just wild. I don't even know how I got at it. Like I don't even know how I survived those full 3 months just with $0 in the account. It all works out in the end, bro. And like I don't even know how it happened. Crazy, bro. Yeah. So just works out in the end. Don't know how, but it does. So trust the grind. Everyone's trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like everyone's trying to figure it out for themselves. So if you can learn to embrace that, embrace the process, you will succeed. Whether it's like 1 year down the line or 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's like the mentality that you want to have. That's the mindset that's definitely taken me far. It's like I don't have any doubt in my mind, any shred of doubt in my mind that I'm not capable of achieving the goals that I've set, and like they are very ambitious, like very ambitious. I'm not going to disclose too much, as I don't like to speak things um, aloud too much in terms of like what I want to achieve. I'm more like just act and just let that do the talking. But you know, big big goals coming, big things coming, and I have no shred of doubt that I'm capable to achieve them. Whether it be by the end of this year, by the time I have to go back to med school, or in the next 3, 4, 5 years, you know, it's going to happen. I have no shred of doubt that you know it's going to come into fruition. You know, I think we all have that special ability in us to do extraordinary things. You know, other people that you see that do extraordinary things, and you're wondering like, how does this person achieve so much? They're not more capable than you are. They're not. They don't have a higher IQ. They don't have more talents than you. You know, they're no different than you and I, man. Like, genuinely, bro, we all have such a special capacity in ourselves to achieve extraordinary things, and it all comes down to the self belief. Do you believe deep inside that you can actually do it? Right? Do you give yourself permission to succeed? I think a lot of people like to say that they want this, but they don't actually want it. They don't actually desire it. They just desire wanting it. Do you know what I mean? They like the feeling of wanting something, um, or they like the dopamine it gives them to say that they want these things, but deep down, they aren't prepared to have it. You know, deep down, they don't actually give themselves permission to have, right? So number one thing would be give yourself permission to enjoy yourself, but also have the things that you so desire. You know, it's all a choice. Like, it comes back to this, man. It's all a choice. Like, if you want to get jacked, it's a choice. You know, you already know what to do. It's just that you haven't give yourself permission to actually go out and do the things required. Right? Like, I guess the mind likes to complicate things and make up all these excuses to why you can't, let's say, go to the gym, start eating clean, and get 8 hours of sleep. Like, and it's the same with business. Even though it seems real prestigious and like, you know, earning multi millions is such a it seems so unattainable for so many people. But the moment you increase your comfort zone to actually have the thing that you want, it all just sorts itself out. You know, so you know, don't be afraid of putting yourself out there and going for it. And you gotta look silly at the start, like, bro, I look so silly right now. Like, my parents are looking at me. You know, I'm just sitting here by myself in the backyard, chilling. Got my creatine water. But fuck it. You know, fuck it. Tune out the noise. Tune out all the other opinions, all the expectations that you have on your shoulders, man. You're gonna be so free if you just do what you really want to do, man. No one really cares at the end of the day. They're gonna judge you either way. The people that are gonna judge are gonna judge. You know? If you do something meaningful that matters to you, that's true freedom, bro. That is true freedom. I'm telling you guys. Even now, like, I don't earn much with this business, and I still have so much goals to grow. But I feel so happy just working on it, like, because it's really true to who I am. I genuinely think I'm put on this planet to help people get healthy, to help people break through their limits, to help other like-minded brothers succeed in terms of their health, and that will set by proxy the foundation to succeed in life. Because you know, the health foundation is everything, man. I think the one thing that has taken me so far is I've never for one moment neglected my health. Never. Throughout this entire journey, medical school, never once. You know, now growing a business, never once. You are really doing yourself a disservice if you aren't maximizing your health, bro. So if you need help with that, shoot me a DM. You know, comment on this video, whatever. Reach out to me. I would try and read everything, man. I genuinely want to help you out, bro. So yeah, have a good rest of your night, lads. Jad the chat here. It's been real. Catch you later.